Metal hangers, commonly known as Ticos, oftentimes get glanced over as something that happens at the end of a framing job. But there's a little more you should know about them, and that's that nail length and diameter are critical. Over here on this plate, we've got our straight nailing location, and that's where we're commonly going to use 1.5" 10D nails. That meets the code. Now over here, this is our double shear, or this angled nailing location. And there you're required to use a minimum of 2.5" 10-degree nails. I'm sorry, 2.5" 10D nails. These are 3s. So that's bigger than 2.5, so that'll do. Notice where the hanger is stamped to indicate the double shear nailing location. That's these angled holes right here that require the longer fastener. Now let's take a look on Simpson's website. Notice in the first picture, the double shear location is filled with 1.5" nails, which would be against code. See how they don't do a whole lot. Take a look at the next slide provided by Simpson. Those 2.5s do a much better job. Now you'll notice that these plates have a lot of holes. So it's a good idea, if you can, to not do them all by hand. This palm nailer will make faster work out of nailing these Ticos, especially if you've got more than a couple, and it'll fit in most places. Ask around on your job site if anybody's got one. Your hands will thank you. Now, what'll happen if the palm nailer can't get in the place you've got to put in your Tico? Okay, so here we've got a situation where the joist is coming in close to the Tico. This is about 5 inches. This is about as small you're going to be able to get into. So if it's any smaller than this, you may want to frame it differently. So in this situation, we're going to use Tico screws made by the same manufacturer, Simpson. The same rules apply. 2.5" in the angled or the double shear location, and 1.5" as the straight screw. I like this DeWalt right angle attachment because it's got a low profile. Let's try to get one up high. Get all the way in there, level out a bit. Try not to take my bit apart. There we go. That might take a little more time than nails, but the good news is you can get the hanger on. If you've got any ideas for a future video or tips of your own that you'd like to share, send an email. Well, thanks, and I'll see you next time.